Hey, hello everyone, and welcome back once again to War in the East 2. Let's continue where we left off previously. And yeah, after ending it the previous episode, let's get started here. So, Tallinn is not yet isolated by land, so there's no reason to do those kind of operations yet. Of course, we already have air operations against Odessa. Let's just start with executing the air directives, and then we'll see what's going on. We did do some encirclement, so that is good at least. But things have not been easy, and yeah, we'll see how things will go. Now, if I've isolated Tallinn by ground, then I can start bombing it by the air as well. Hopefully moving up into that hex will allow me to move it. Let's deal with the 18th Army first. Now I'm gonna clear those islands later. There's no real reason to do that now. And actually need to turn on the roads. There we are. There are no roads in here. That's also one of the problems. Let's go in here. That does isolate Tallinn by land now. Which is good, I suppose. Okay. Let's try that again. And going in here leaves me with one more movement point. Let's move out onto the road. I could already move into Tapa for whatever that's worth. Let's do it. I'm not saying that I need to bypass these units, but it would be nice if I can move an up around. What are you part of? You're also part of this HQ. Okay. As for you guys, I mean, the thing is that attacking just in itself is very ineffective. So I'll have these two deal with Tallinn, but let's have the rest of these units move up. That is a bunch of hogwash. There we go. That required a lot of work. But since okay, let's move you up here. Put them under the 50th Corps. And that will allow the 1st Infantry Division let's just move them up here and put them under the 38th. That way we'll switch these units up a bit, because now these guys will go in Assault Talon. Well, we have another 4-6. Actually, let's take a look. 5-7. This is, yeah, Lindemann. Lindemann is a very good general. So it's equipment. It's a shame we cannot move 1 hex further, because that would allow me to take these 2. Oh, I guess I needed a bit more punch down there anyhow then. This hex has minor rivers from the southeast and southwest. So I would need to attack from up there, which I currently cannot do. But at least I did get 2 units from there. Okay, I actually should turn this off. Okay, that's good at least for now. They still have that unit in here, the mechanized. That is unfortunate. Those security visions should not pose any problems. There is no way that I can do an encirclement of the units in that area. I just don't see that happening. It's a shame they retreated. Especially since they actually need to move back. I believe that's a tank division. Let's move out of here because there's nothing there for me. Okay, and they're pretty much down for the count. But this is somewhat cleared up now, so that is that's pretty good at least. The tricky part is that this is a very long encirclement, just like this here. And it just makes it very tricky to deal with. There's no way any of you guys can do a heart attack from there, but you guys can. Again, I'll very likely be trying to use rear area units, although this is not a rear area unit. Let's cross the river, which is also already difficult enough under these weather conditions. This is rough terrain. So let's get rid of the air brigade. Moving out through... Seriously, you got kicked out? By what? I don't remember that being in trouble. So that's kind of weird. But that's a powerful unit. I'd rather try to fix it with the 45th. To move you across is too good of an opportunity to pass up, especially since whatever they have there, I still want to do an encirclement. Let's push them back. Don't want these tanks to go and wreak havoc. As usual, I'm trying to take care of the easier stuff first, because if I do that, then at least I will have more information on the more difficult stuff. It's a real disappointment. I didn't make it. Bloody shame. They can make it there, technically, but I'll think about whether I really want to do that. Over here. Let's just make sure that they're gone. Like, this is northeast, so for a good attack, Need to do it from this side. Okay. This will be challenging. Okay, they got it. Good. These two units are pretty much exhausted, but I finally got rid of most of the units here. There's just one more tank division, which I'm not gonna beat this way. So yeah, there's no use in doing it like that. Now let's work up. And it's still 4 hexes. How are you going to hold up? Pretty well here. Working on this double rail. You might still go another hex, but it doesn't necessarily look like it. We'll see though. Can you together? Yeah. Okay. They're racking up pretty heavy losses, but it frees up the German forces as well, and I quite like that. And that's also why I want to take some of these hexes so that the AI cannot retreat into them. They can do a few things. The Romanians are not completely incapable. Okay, so both of those are at 100. So what I'll do for this turn is I'm actually gonna switch them up. So since Odessa is isolated, you're only at 53. Oh, that's fine. Since Odessa is isolated, yeah, I don't need to attack right now. I'd rather have my Romanians be a bit more powerful still. I think they can perform reasonably well, so I would like to try and get them up to that point where I feel like they'll be useful. I'm just gonna think, you're not gonna tell me that you're not gonna make an attack like that. Although... attack. Not happy with that retreat, actually. Really felt like they would be able to go for the kill. They're not connected, but since I want to, at the very least, clear out this pocket, I have no choice but to do it this way. Of course, the 11th army, as it is also not that big. You two are also a part of the Romanian Mountain Corps, interestingly enough, but I'd rather have them moving to the front while these guys deal with Odessa. Wow, okay. That's something. The Soviets can sometimes be very stubborn, and that's pretty rough. Like, the 11th Army is busy almost an entire turn clearing out these guys. And in this case, I don't even have a very good shot at them. I can move around, so at least then they'll have moved up a bit. And do an attack like this, but that didn't even break them. That's super annoying. You at least can do a hard attack from this side. Okay. So let's get rid of them. I'm sure they'll have units there, so it's not as if I can just... Well, let's take a look though. Not in that particular hex. Interesting. Okay, let's go here and try to deal with it with a soft attack. That works, and I mean, there is no way I can actually deal with this rifle division here on this turn. I cannot do any soft attacks. I don't have any units that can get in close enough, nor are powerful enough to attack. Like, I have this cavalry. Yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do at all. But you're going to 1, which means that they cannot attack, and I'm loath to give up any of the other units. So let's just leave it at that. Now these guys are very exhausted as well. If my units cannot, in this case, this army go up and do a heavy attack, they might as well not move for 2, 4. Yeah, so I'm not gonna do that. I'd rather just move these guys forward then. I'm not really sure yet in what capacity. But at that rate then they're surely not going to attack. I think they can do a soft attack here. This is trickier, but they made it. Then what's interesting is I think have you guys attack from this side. Get rid of you guys with the help of the 6th Army. Now there's still one more stack to go. Let's take a look at the order of battle. Soviets back under 3 million fielded forces. So that is good. Means that those pockets are cleared. This is getting really annoying. The fact that they can just randomly take these hexes is really starting to bug me. It's just really lame. I don't know. It's getting a bit frustrating because there's no way they should be taking this hex. It's just cheating, basically. I mean, not according to the game rules, but under no conditions would I be able to take this hex. Well, either way. Let's continue trying to deal with these pockets. So attacking from this side might not even be possible. And in fact, I don't think indeed it necessarily would be. Okay. One thing that I'd hoped was that it would have been a little bit easier to hold this for a next turn. I really need to think about this one carefully. Great. Okay. That certainly did not go the way I expected it to. I have no units that can just go and cross and move in here. Jeez, what the heck kind of movement do you need? My God. Like I said, the fact that they can just take whatever hacks they feel like is getting a bit on my nerves. Just move straight through. And down. I have no clue what that is, but if they want to get those guys out, they can get those guys out. So up or down? That's a pretty interesting question. I can't isolate them. Down we go. I could take this, but what use will it serve me? Not much, I think. Good. They've already been attacked before, and these are good attacks. These kind of losses are not easy to replace, I hope. Or at least that's the plan. Then you get stuff like that. That's harsh. It's not even a special hex. Even something like this might ultimately be worth it if you just have to try again. It's a meager result if they don't actually route. Quite unrewarding at that point. But nothing to be done about it now. I need a depots. We have no depots up there. Well, let's move 6th Army HQ over into Berdichev. Nope, they'll plant a depot there later on. In the depot phase. If there's one thing that's a bit of a shame, it's that it makes is that these pockets make it very hard for my infantry to then afterwards continue moving through. This is pretty much the only powerful unit around this area now. None of my units can go in there and attack. They can't cross the river though. I mean, that in itself is nice, but that's just basically where it ends. You can do a soft attack, but the question is how much good will that eventually do to me? Can move them down, take Pervomaisk. It would put them more in line at where the 11th Army is, at least. Still have some units left down there. Could be looking at least capturing maybe this area. But I probably wouldn't be able to get that much further either way, with the infantry needing to catch up, and most of my panzers currently... well, they're not stuck, but it's not ideal. 9.66. Putting it here would at least cover the wedge between these. So that is good at least, and would allow these guys to move further along. I'm gonna have to think about things for a while. See how I can proceed. Again, it's not going super bad, but if I make a wrong turn, basically, I think that can get me seriously behind ultimately. Let's take one last look. They still field 6,400 tanks compared to our to that number. Let's actually take a look at the captured numbers. I always like doing that. Any specialties that we've captured that is somewhat interesting this time? T-28s, both 34, 38 models. Not sure whether we've seen those before. Some T-3440, oh, this T-40, yeah, we've seen those already before. PT-7As, we already got those quite a bit. Not sure, yeah, I think we got this 107mm mortar. It's a rare treat. 122mm field guns. Nothing that that special besides that we got this time. This BT2 from 32 is still pretty much the oldest thing that we've captured here, I think. These are the yeah. Okay, well, I know we have labor squads. The interesting thing is how many heavies do we have at this point as well, and how that translates to the amount of captured units. Because if I go to all, let's just say all areas, it probably still doesn't do it down there. I haven't seen it yet. Well, either way, like I said, I'm gonna think about things for a while here. I'm gonna wrap it up for now. I wanna thank you all for watching. Do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, comment, or subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care, see you then, and bye-bye. But before I do that, I do remember not doing it in the special bonus episodes. I'll do it in the regular episode here. I want to give a special shout out to all my Patreon supporters that make it possible for me to make these extra videos. And that's Spoomner, Dungeon Pastor, Tomislav Trillian, Thomas B. Marshall, C Data, and Swords. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.